this is my project and this is the overview of the project. The first thing that you will do when you come in and you start a new project is that Tilda is going to ask you questions around the brief. So let's just look at my brief here. So Tilda has prompted, she's asked me some tricky questions here. She's made some assumptions based on the material that I shared with her around the current state. So we've been taking this sort of back and forth. She has probed me and made me think about insights about the target audience. She has really, she wants to understand the background and the starting point in order for her to give suggestions for the actual program. We don't need to spend time sort of reading it through. I more want you to see the different components of the background of the brief that Tilda has helped me create. So we have a desired state, we have a vision, we have effect goals. I'm not so happy with these effect goals, but I thought let's leave them here because that's fine. Like it's super hard with these effect goals and how to get them to the right place. It's a work in progress. Okay, and we have some target behavior. Also, I think this is something where, no, it's not there quite yet. That's fine, but Tilda supports me to identify and start to put words on it. So the theory of change, that's basically what are the behavior barriers to the behaviors that we want to see and what are the enablers. So this is just a way for Tilda to put that front of mind for her and for me so that we can make decisions based on it. And then we have the constraints and the conditions. So we got the time frame, resources, time investment that we can spend for the participants and stakeholders. And we also have some other limitations and opportunities here. Okay, so you're going to go out soon. You're going to work with Tilda to create your brief. Our invitation is, because it's quite easy to get stuck in the brief. It's quite fun to think about the brief. Also because Tilda is so good at making my rambling into something concrete and tangible. But for the sake of the exercise today, the invitation is to not spend too much time on the brief. Okay, so then we have a plan. So this plan, I had a structure based on the brief that I received with a number of days, number of hours we could spend, etc. And then Tilda has helped me design primarily the in-between things. So let's just look at what it looks like. We have a kickoff session. We have some pre-work for the participants. We have a face-to-face module for one day. We've got an online session. We've got some self-facilitated sessions. We've got another face-to-face. We've got 2 online sessions in a row. Got a summer holiday coming up here, so it's a bit of a stretch. We've got some integration tasks. We've got self-facilitated peer group sessions. Okay, so you recognize perhaps these components. Okay, so from a learning design perspective and from a creating leadership journeys perspective, so far Tilda has helped me in sort of creating this overview. She's helped me with specifically the things in between. In this case, I had this is what we're going to do in module 1, this is what we're going to do in module 2, but she really helped me design these type of sessions in between. So that's all good. Now, we know, all of us here, if we have worked with leadership or any sort of training, I know how much it takes to rock up and deliver a kick-ass one-day session. But what Tilda is challenging me to do is make it more applicable and bring it back to the leader's everyday life. And so for that is a lot of extra work for me, which at the end of the day makes these programs expensive. So here, Tilda is like my producer friend who can really help me with these supporting materials. So if I click here on the kickoff session, for example, I have a little bit of what we're going to cover. I have a step-by-step content of what this kickoff would look like. And that's super helpful and super good. However, what for me gives me the best value is these design materials. So let's see, I have the CEO who's coming in here. I've given Tilda the brief to write a brief to our CEO, to the CEO. I can ask Tilda to give me here, for example, I thought about the breaks. I wanted to have a little bit of inspiration on how can I, because a big part of this program is about well-being. So how can I introduce breaks in a way that makes it matter also for the participants? So I may or may not use this script, but just that I have some bullet points and get another perspective on why a break is important. What happens in our brain? Why is it useful for me physically? You know, it's like I have this information in me, but it's not so inspiring and refreshing for me to get that. It's like having a sparring partner. It's like I have a co-pilot, but I don't. What else did I prepare here? So we're doing a Miro exercise. So she's written up some Miro instructions that I can then share with the participants. I also have a self-facilitated peer group session coming up here. So again, if I click on this intervention, I have the objective, the key topics. She suggested an agenda for this. And of course, this is self-facilitated. So I want to give the participants a guide, like how do you do this? So Tilda has prepared that for me. And you all know, if you have done any sort of writing material here, looking at you, Henrik, for example, when we have this type of self-led programs, we need to give instructions, and that's time consuming to write these. But here Tilda can really support me. And of course I can help. I can give her the tone of voice of my company so that it sounds like me. So that's how I use Tilda in the way that she can support me in creating the things in between and also the additional material to my participants, to my leaders.